This is the HomeTech Podcast for Friday, June 5th from Sarasota, Florida. I'm Seth Johnson.
From Reynoldsburg, Ohio, I'm TJ Huddleston.
And from Pickering, Ontario, I'm Gavin Campbell.
And welcome to the HomeTech Podcast all about home automation and home technology and is it Apple HomeKit, right? It's WWDC. It's big announcements around HomeKit and AI and probably not HomeKit, but mostly AI.
Apple's buying Control 4.
No, yeah, Apple's buying Savant finally. Oh, man. The only thing I've heard is like weird little rumors out of, it just wouldn't come up, on WWDC. It would come out to like towards the end of the year. But like the weird rumors around like the home thing is that Apple is just like, yeah, we're probably, we can do our own doorbell, or yeah, we can do our own cameras or something, like, to have like a Apple branded iDoorbell or something. I don't know what it would be, but iBell, I guess would be a good name for it. But I don't think they really care to do anything anymore. Like it's a feature of their phone. You buy the phone, you get the feature, is what it is.
They gave you a Thread network. What do they call it? A Thread gateway or whatever,
It's built into the phone. Well, I still think they're going to use that for notifications and battery saving, but that's one of the, that's not even, they don't even talk about that kind of thing that goes into every device they own. So it's just kind of like, it's a feature. We don't care.
It got so ridiculous that if you even see one little HomeKit mention on a slide in the background, it makes big news across, the Apple fanboy space.
Yeah.
Give me crumbs.
Yeah.
Well, that WWDC was this week, I guess, as you're listening to the show, because I'm probably going to get lazy and not release the show on time again. But MS Build was what, this week, right? That was today? When
was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, 3 weeks ago. Sorry. As we're recording, it may have been around this time. But everybody's really excited about all the Microsoft computer things that are coming out. Like there's ARM, NVIDIA. NVIDIA's jumping in the ARM game and going to make a chip. And I don't know.
They're making like a CPU, right? Like
yeah.
I mean, because obviously they make graphics, so
they have the factory space. They may as well make something, with it.
Yeah, they're coming out with their own ARM CPU, and it's supposed to be way better than anything offered today. So, you'll just give Qualcomm time to try and leapfrog them at some point, and then they'll leapfrog them back. But all the vendors have announced like their new hardware offerings. So Microsoft has their new hardware coming out with these new chips. Dell, HP, Lenovo, they're all coming out with their new hardware in the fall with these new chips. So it's an exciting time because these chips are pretty powerful and can do a lot of AI processing locally. And we'll see what people do with them.
Yeah. Well, with NVIDIA, if they're doing their own ARM, I guess has this happened? The Apple had that like, quote, unified memory thing architecture where they were basically like putting everything close in a package so that the CPU kind of like was built with essentially the memory. So everything was faster. Are they doing that? They're doing that. They've got to be doing that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really nice improvement when Apple came out with the M series. But do people? I haven't even been on the PC side in a long time. Like, do people kind of complain about that? Like, yeah, I want to upgrade my memory and I can't because it's built into this thing.
Yeah, there is problems with memory. So we have a lot of PCs, for example, with 16 gigs, and we just found that they're struggling at the 16 gigs, right?
Crazy,
when we bought them.
That's funny.
And a lot of times in the enterprise, that's the challenge you run into because they load these computers with so much stupid endpoints. Like, I get pissed off at it.
It's all the security stuff that's slowing you down. Yeah,
but you have 10 different products doing the same thing, but every different group's putting them on. So we wanted to bump them up to 32, and to do that, you basically had to buy new computers. Right?
So. My wife is fighting corporate IT right now. She keeps dropping on her Teams meetings. I'm like, well, that's just a feature. And they're like, oh, no, there's something wrong with the computer. And then the network guy is, no, it's not the VPN. There's something wrong with it. And she's like, hey, they made me do this trace route, and it just comes up blank on my computer. And he said that ours was problematic, too, because it had these like things. I looked at him like, no, ours is fine. That's just like in parallel, saying it's sending out the packets in parallel. And like yours, you're on a VPN. Of course it dropped. Like UDP is dropped by the VPN. Like, I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, why do I have to be the IT for this multi-million-dollar company?
Well, what's happened is these systems have gotten so complicated now. There's so many moving pieces from your computer at home. There's the ISP level, and then, if you use Zscaler, there's Zscaler firewalls and routing that you have to worry about. And I lose track of where in that chain the packets are going now. So when we have problems like that, it takes multiple teams to get involved to look at it and figure out
on one computer.
It gets ridiculous. And sometimes it is the ISP. Like we've had issues because we have many ISPs across many countries, and we've had issues with ISPs making a specific change that now took down VPN, right, for our clients. So we had to contact the ISP and tell them, listen, you changed this.
Oh, she's kind of in the, I guess what they call the fintech thing. So she probably has the same requirements for VPNs as you guys do. So yeah, like everything's locked down with her computer and probably running similar systems between the two companies.
A lot of companies do. They have the same. They use Zscaler. They'll use Cisco AnyConnect or something like that. That was our old system. And you use ServiceNow. A lot of products are similar across a lot of big companies. You know?
Yeah. Yep. Well. Yeah, we were fighting that today, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm not
getting paid to do any of this.
I'm not IT. Leave me alone. So, who knows? Who knows what it is? It's something magical. I was like, it's just Teams. It would work if it was Zoom.
We have our Teams tweaked now, so it actually runs really good at our work. I'm on it like every day, like for constant meetings. And I don't have dropouts. It's never my computer. It's always someone else's computer.
When I notice there are issues, I think they're like at the Microsoft level, because everybody will be complaining about it, that day I can't connect today, or I'm having audio issues, or some just random weird issues between a bunch of users. So
yeah, whenever it starts to happen, you get the typical, does everyone hear him dropping out? Yep, he's dropping out on our end too. Okay, it's him, not us.
Yeah.
And then we get back to the meeting.
Yep. All right. Well, MS Build, Teams, WWDC, we talk about it all here. Any predictions for I don't know. WWDC is more a developer-facing conference, but they're going to talk about their there's that rumor of that folding phone that they're going to do. So
they don't usually talk hardware at WWDC.
They hint at it with the software.
They hint at it because it's going to get leaked in the.
They got to do it.
Right.
Yeah, the betas come out, the code comes out, people tear it apart, and it gets leaked, right? So they hint at some of the stuff, but it's mainly software. What is it? iOS 27?
It'll be the
that
year
they're coming out with. Yeah. So I want to see what they're going to do with what their plans are for AI, because what they promised with Siri 2 years ago, they obviously got sued for because they had ads of Siri doing stuff that never came. I bought the phone hoping, I get the better.
You get $35
Siri.
now.
It's too bad you're not in the U.S.
I know. Yeah. I can't get part of that. But there's rumors of them working with the other companies now to allow you to integrate it. I hope it's not done like how they did ChatGPT in the past.
Where you have to tell Siri to ask ChatGPT to do something or something like that.
Well, no, there's a switch where it will automatically pass it over, but it's so slow. As soon as it goes over to ChatGPT, I just cancel the request and go do something else. I hope they just don't add the others and make it work the same way, because that will be depressing.
I don't know that I ever set that up. Probably should look at that.
Yeah, no, don't set it up. It's more annoying than anything. If you want to ask ChatGPT, I added just an icon on my home screen that I can hold down and just launch right into ChatGPT.
No, it says you have a use ChatGPT, but it says confirm request. I have that turned off. But I don't know.
All it does is it passes your question off over to it, and then the ChatGPT answers are usually never what I want.
Oh, I thought it would only did that if it was something that Siri didn't know. Maybe
Siri doesn't know a lot of things.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I still use Siri for is the integration with HomeKit, where you can say good morning and it'll turn on all the lights in the morning, or good evening,
Oh, yeah. Most of the time, hey Siri, ask ChatGPT about this. Like it's just a message relayer.
Yep. Well, hopefully they do something better with that. And I think they're getting the Gemini models, which sound nice. I guess you'll get that for free. They'll probably have the integrations with the other stuff that you can tie in your account if you want. But Gemini, those models are pretty good.
Yeah. Will they run it locally on the hardware, or is it going to be like...
Probably both.
Because the more they put on the hardware, the harder it is on the battery and stuff too, right? Like that's what I'm hoping they don't mess with the battery performance too much.
Yeah, they love tweaking all the performance on that. So
well, I was having issues with my battery this week, and then I found that they just released an update to the phone that there were apparently battery issues with charging and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that resolves some of my battery issues.
I've had that on my watch again. I mean, that's been like every time there's an update on the watch, it's like the battery goes away.
Yeah. It's like I get through 3 cat videos and then I'm at 20%. You know,
3 cat videos.
Yeah, I'm at 20%. I'm like, I just took this off the charger. So I don't know what's going on with it. It's a iPhone 17, so should check my battery percentage health or whatever they call it.
You've actually been on TikTok for the past 6 hours, Gavin.
Yes. That lady's come up and like, are you trying to sleep instead of scroll? No, wait.
That's happened before. The way I got out of it is while scrolling through, I was like, hey, I saw this video already. That was like 4 hours ago. And then it clicks in and I'm like, crap. I've been sitting there for 4 hours.
You got to the end of the internet. You can't go any further.
Yeah, I made it to the end of the internet.
All right. Well, we got a couple of home tech headlines. Not much happened this week, but everybody, it kind of slows down this time of year, especially around these big announcements from Apple and Google and Microsoft. Like everything slows down and then usually picks back up towards the end of summer. So what do you guys say we jump into these home tech headlines?
Let's do it.
All right. SwitchBot is buying Nanoleaf. Big news, I guess. There's an article over at Matter Alpha that's talking about how Nanoleaf reportedly did had a deal to purchase SwitchBot, and Nanoleaf is switching to AI and robotics. So all those fancy lights that TJ has or used to have, I guess you probably used to have at this point, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be SwitchBot lights now.
I do still have them. Maybe this will make them work better. So I've had a couple Nanoleaf products that Nanoleaf themselves has sent me, and I could never get them to work long term. They would just always disconnect from my Wi-Fi and everything. And I don't have problems with anything else on my network. Specifically, I have the permanent outdoor lights that they sent me. And those I have never been able to make work on Wi-Fi, even though I have outdoor access points and everything. So I don't know, maybe it's something with my network. It probably is, but I've just never had luck with Nanoleaf products. My SwitchBot stuff all works great, but all that works via Bluetooth in their hub. So
yeah, it says here SwitchBot has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and their hubs, and Nanoleaf has Thread and I guess Wi-Fi as well, right? So
yeah.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. I feel like these articles where there's consolidation like this, where people either give up or go away or switch or whatever. I don't know. I feel like this means that they kind of come to the end of the party on the like these types of devices. I mean, there's tons of lighting devices out there right now, like smart lighting devices, right? Govee is a huge player in the space now. Nanoleaf is still kind of doing what those premium like little panel thing, right? That's kind of what they're famous for, that I remember. But man, you can get those everywhere now. So I don't know. Get them probably from SwitchBot soon. So, anyway, a little bit of let's see. The filing described plans for a new overseas AI R&D center in North America and Europe, focused on multimodal perception and spatial intelligence.
Whatever that means. How much did they spend on Nanoleaf?
Let's see.
I thought I saw something somewhere else that said like $40 million.
$40 million. I thought I saw that too.
But I didn't see an actual price listed.
30.8 million? No, that can't be.
That's how much revenue they had.
Yeah, I don't see it in this article, but I do remember seeing $40 million written somewhere. Doesn't seem like that much, but I don't know. Oh, SwitchBot has that weird. Oh, I remember these. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposedly $40 million. $40 million doesn't really seem like that much for Nanoleaf, though. I mean, Nanoleaf is like a pretty known company. So it's always weird to me when these software companies that make nothing get valued at like, hundreds of millions of dollars. And then like this company actually makes products and like sells them and does like a good job at it and everything. And $40 million.
We'll pay you $5. How about
that? It makes no sense. Like, what is going on with that?
That's business. Yeah. If the more imaginary your product is, the more you're worth. So, hey, ChatGPT. All right. There's a new product out from eero. they have a telephone adapter that allows you to easily add voice over IP products for ISP deployments and that kind of thing. It's a USB-C adapter. It plugs into compatible eero routers and avoids having to have a separate voice over IP product. Pretty good for ISPs. It seems like an interesting little play. Yeah, but my local Verizon, I used to be Verizon. I guess it's called Frontier Internet now. Every time you need something, they will swap out they'll swap out their old ancient, I forget what those, Action Tel? I don't remember what these things were. They were like these black routers with antennas on them, and now you get a fancy new eero router. If you complain about their things, they're like, "Why do you have that? That's 8 years old. We don't have those anymore." So they give you a nice little eero, and if they want to add voice over IP services on, they can just use this. So not a bad deal.
Yeah, I really don't understand the point, but
it's just for ISPs. Yeah.
Why are we doing this now? Why are we still doing this?
Yeah, well, what's old is new again, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah. So funny. I'll talk about my projects, but the community center I help out with is they had like this old router thing like that. And they were calling me while I was on vacation. I'm like, just call Frontier and get them to replace that stupid thing. And they brought that the eero and plugged it in, and everything worked. And then now I'm going back out there to rip it out. So just put this in the closet and save it for a rainy day.
What a mess.
Yep. Actually, would be handy for them because they do phones too. All right. And last but not least, Aqara announces that they are going to be in Best Buy, which is exciting for two different reasons. One, all these Aqara devices may be locally available if you get, you went over and grabbed like a door lock or something that you may need in a pinch. But I think for one of us, they may be winning a bet. Or not a bet, a prediction from the fireside chat.
That's basically a bet.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, why not? TJ was saying that he just thought you would start seeing Home Assistant logos on boxes and products showing up at like retail stores and Best Buy, and I think that was one of your bets. Like, yeah. So out of all the products, I think this is probably a pretty good one, pretty good contender. One of their devices has to have that on there, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I mean, I'll have to go to a Best Buy at some point and see. But I mean, they have been getting more and more friendly with Home Assistant, so I'm not sure that we won't see it at some point. But I don't think it'll be this device specifically, because this device they're gonna advertise their Apple HomeKit, HomeKey support and everything like that. So
yeah. So they're saying that the U400 lock is what's starting this in there, but they're also going to have other products in there as well. So I don't know. All these stores have these. Best Buy in particular had like a pretty large selection of like home automation and lights and Govee products and that kind of thing when I was in there last. But I'm rarely in there anymore.
Yeah, just looking on their website, I see the, what is it, the Aqara Smart Lock is the U100, for example. And on the package, the image is just going by that. It only works with Apple Home listed. So it's already there. I don't know, they have others on here as well. Here's the U400. Let's see. Just taking a quick look.
Take a look.
It lists Matter, Thread, Wi-Fi, Apple HomeKey, fingerprint. It's good that Apple put the name in all their like Apple HomeKey.
Right.
So
you know which one it is. Oh, it looks for the Apple,
exactly.
I guess.
Yeah, that's Apple's one, right? But yeah, I'm looking for any mention of Home Assistant or
They probably just scrubbed it off the box. Like you go in there, TJ, and it'll just be like somebody had scraped it off. Just a bare piece of
Richard.
Yeah. Hey, you got to juice the number somehow. All right. Well, TJ, you might win. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
find out eventually.
Yeah.
We have another 6 months still, so in time for the holidays.
Plenty of time. All right. Well, all the links and topics discussed tonight can be found over on our show notes at HomeTech.fm/577. Nothing in the mailbox. But I do have something I put in here for the pick of the week. I keep forgetting about this. I keep meaning to add this little app that I found that's just adorable. And it's called Relax with Coax. And if you've ever wanted to just view your media library, and I think in this particular app's case, it's in like Plex, you can point it at your Plex media server and it will make you a nice little like NVR, DVR TV guide that you can flip through, and all your movies can be in the movie channels together, and then you'll have music channels if you have music in there as well. If you click it and watch it, it'll have like the overlay where it has the channel number on it and what's playing. It is a delightful little app, really well put together. And I use it by attempting to show my daughter how Saturday morning cartoons worked when I was a kid. I say, here, you can watch this channel here. And she's like, well, I want to pause it. I'm like, no, you don't get to pause it. You don't. Unfortunately, it doesn't mix in commercials that I know of. I wonder if it can, though. But that would be a lot of fun if it could. Then I would download a bunch of commercials and stick them in there. But it's just like watching TV, mostly. So it's a lot of fun.
I think it adds commercials. I think it said it adds commercials.
Does it add commercials? Yeah.
I love the name, though. I love the name Coax. That was a great name they chose for it. And I've seen similar plugins for I think MB had one or Cody had one where they did similar things. They just took your library and made channels out of it. Same concept, but it's a great concept because it gives you that real-time feel, TV feel. And it would be nice if they added some parental controls where you can make the channel go offline at midnight. So it'll play the national anthem and then static until the kid 7 o'clock the next morning.
I'm gonna go back even further. Cool. Remember they had analog filters on the cable boxes, Gavin? I know TJ probably doesn't remember this.
No, I don't.
And you'd be watching it and you're like just staring at it and you're like, a boob, I saw a boob.
Yes.
and you go back to watching this wiggly, curvy thing. It's like, what am I? It's all discolored and everything.
Yeah, I got a boob. I saw a boob. I saw a boob.
There's a boob.
Hey, back then we used to have the little adapter things you put on that descrambled it and all. So
yeah.
I had all those descrambled boxes back then too, right? So
notch filters that they would put in the cable line. Yep. And they would take out the frequencies that those channels are on.
Yep.
Yeah. Fun
the
fun
good
times.
Old days.
Yeah. But this is a little fun little project someone put together, and it does have parental controls, but not that it turns off or whatever, but you can restrict it to so many, you can say, at least Y7 or TV14 or whatever, and restrict it that way if you wanted. I think I did set it up that way because there's a number of movies that we wouldn't want our daughter to kind of channel surf into because again,
obviously, yeah.
It's a guide, right? And if you go down and you select the guide, it will show you what's on the movie playing at that time, right? It just makes a random guide up for you, which also is really nice because, if you ever don't know what to watch, just open this up and, find the genre that you want to watch or whatever, the movie genre or whatever. You can just click that and just let it go. Because there's usually, there's something on TV now. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I really liked it. So I could highly recommend it. And like you said, Gavin, the name Coax, the way they made their little logo when it's on it looks like an old TV, a cable TV logo or whatever, especially on the app. They did a good job.
They did a great job. Yeah, I like it.
There's also a you can flip the TV guide. I don't know if they talk about this on here, but you can flip the TV guide for a retro look, which it has the block font, and then you can also turn it to the smoother, a more updated cable box from I don't know, 2006 era. It had the smoother font and had a nicer channel guide. So I left it on the retro font. But
it's just a shame that it's only Mac. It only runs on Mac and Apple TV.
Apple TV, yep.
Yeah, I wish I had a Windows version, but it is what it is.
Yeah, get Apple TV.
That's all you need.
Yeah, it's a cool app. All right, well, if you have any feedback, questions, ideas for Zero Picks of the Week, give us a shout. Email address is feedback@HomeTech.fm, or you can head on over to HomeTech.fm/feedback and fill out the online form. All right, project updates, but first we got some Home Assistant updates because something else works with Home Assistant, and that something else is Sensereo, matter-based smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. They matter now, and they work with Home Assistant, so...
Well, that's good. A lot of people are looking for Google replacements since they discontinued support. So this is good. And it works directly with Home Assistant. How could it get any better?
There you go.
Not a lot of options out there for smoke detectors and smart smoke detectors, at least. There's a couple options. You have a couple retrofit wiring options from zoos and stuff like that, but you don't have a lot of smart options for some reason.
So this works with Zig. Oh, this is Thread. So I have to have the Thread version of the Home Assistant toilet paper holder, right? I can't have the Z-Wave one.
Correct.
The Zigbee one you can flip over to Thread.
Yeah, but you have the Z-Wave, so
I just lost out. I don't really even have any Z-Wave products, but I have the toilet paper holder.
No, you have the Switch I sent you.
I do have the 2 switches. Yep,
yeah,
2 switches. Yep. And this thing on my desk that's sitting here. This thing, which I have not installed anywhere, but the door contact sensor, which does wonders on my desk, still sitting in the package foam that it came in. All right, well, that's cool. And then Home Assistant also released something. They've got a new beta for 2026.6. And what does it have? What does it have in it? The coolest thing I saw is it has IR commands are finally in there. And ESP has a transmitter supporting it. And LG Infrared is the first device that is integrated using the IR. So LG, you IR now. Good job.
Yeah, and keep in mind, they added support to receive signals now, but it's not like what you think. It's not like you're gonna be programming it or you can really control your Home Assistant using IR. It's not more yet. Or less not yet, but at this point it's more or less so how can I explain this? You know when you're using your remote and it shoots an IR signal off to the TV, well then how's Home Assistant gonna know that it's on? Well, if it also captured that same IR signal, it would know you sent the on command to your TV, and then it can flip the state on the switch and stuff like that. So they'll capture the commands so they can also track the state of your TV and stuff like that.
Well, It says you can turn any old IR remote into a Home Assistant controller. So what you do is if you've got the Samsung remote or even one of the old TiVo remotes, those were awesome. You could take that and that could be your Home Assistant controller thingy. So there you go.
Kinda. They're working on it though. It's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. A lot of UI interface updates. This one isn't as jam-packed in terms of new features and stuff, but again, they're doing a lot of foundational work that maybe on the next one you'll see a few new things pop up.
All right. Very cool. Yeah, and a couple of, it looks like Marantz infrared's being added. Yeah. You know what I didn't even think of is I see they're talking about Mitsubishi Comfort, like the heat pumps, the little mini splits.
Yep.
Those all use infrared. So that's a pretty big, like we're talking about AV devices, but that's a pretty big thing. I use Sensereo for mine right now.
Yeah, Sensereo is popular. People have various options to control them. So this is just making it easier.
Yeah, it makes it more of a direct integration. Yeah.
Like they added support for controlling your LG TVs via serial port. Via serial. It's not serial port.
Oh, yes.
So you'll now be able, and it looks like Paulus himself was added that.
Oh, so. And now you know he's involved. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get some love.
All right. Well, I'll have to keep an eye on that one. Projects. We got some projects this week. I mentioned I did some community center work, updating the network, and I put a little camera in so they can see what's going on and how many people are doing Chai Chi or something. I don't know. They charge by how many people go, and they always want to count and know how many people are in there. So I was like, I'll just put a little camera up here. So I've been slowly taking all the junk out of my garage and donating it over to the community center so that they have better Wi-Fi and all that good stuff, because it's pretty ancient over there and they need better stuff. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. And I found I was messing around with my I think I talked about it last week, my GiliNet or GLINet, however it pronounces. They have a KVM that you can use, and I was talking last week about how I hooked it up to my Mac, and I was like, these are kind of nice. I bet I could hook this up to my work computer too, and no one at work would know if I'm, not on my work computer. I could just have it hooked up, right, Gavin? That's how it works. Anyway, I did it, so I can access the work computer through a little KVM if I need to, and it's right there. So, but they came out with a PoE version.
Oh.
So it's even better than the old version. It's it's the same size, same look and everything, but you plug it in to PoE and it fires right up, and you just plug the HDMI cable in and you plug in the keyboard connector cable in, and you're good to go. So boom, very nice.
I don't think I've ever had a reason to have a KVM. Is it basically just allowing you to access your computer remotely? It's like a plug and play option, so you don't have to set up like a VPN.
You would still need to set up a VPN for it, or I think they have the option where you can go over this. They have Tailscale,
some cloud-based connection or something.
Yeah, I don't think these have it. These have Tailscale integration and that kind of thing, so you could get it on your network that way. But it's basically a computer monitor. Just makes it like you have physical access rather than the problem I'm having with the software solutions is on my computer, like sometimes they just stop working or the computer reboots. And then it's like it rebooted. You literally, like the software's not running anymore. And now you have to go physically get next to it and power it on and shake it or hook up a monitor to it. Well, now this is just like a monitor and keyboard's connected all the time. So even if it does reboot, I can just log into this thing and hit the button a few times and it comes on.
All right. That's kind of cool.
A little bit better than the software. I do use the software a little bit more because it's faster and I don't know, a little bit better. Like I said, the Jump desktop last week, it really works well. I'm using it right now to record on a second computer that we use and just record all our files there. And I like using Jump desktop to access that because they've got a really good protocol or something they're using.
Can you power on your computer, like power cycle your computer with that?
Yeah. In fact, they have some little like add-in cards. I forgot it was they had like a little card. It was ATX compatibility. So you plug it into, it's like this add-on card. I forget how much it was, but I think you like either take it apart or slide it in somewhere or something, and it gives you those little wires that you can connect to where the buttons would be on your computer. So yeah, you can physically turn on and off the computer with it. Nice. And it also has FingerBot support. So I can just, if you want, you can just get a SwitchBot thing or FingerBot and poke the power button.
As ridiculous as those FingerBots are, it's kind of brilliant in their own way. Like I don't know, like they're ugly looking and everything like that, but man, there's simplicity and what you could do with them is just like ridiculous.
I mean, so many uses. I've used mine for my garage door opener. Yep. I've used it now for my battery in my shed. So unlimited uses.
Yeah. GiliNet, GLINet, I think is what it is.
Yeah, that's what my travel router is.
Yeah. Mine too. Good little company. Nice little products. Have used them. I've used the travel router for years now, but they're coming out with more and more stuff. They have a remote wake and unlock control for laptops and phones now. I don't even know how that works, but I guess it does. So anyway, good stuff. Who's up next? TJ, what you been up to?
I have been working on the house still.
Yay!
This never-ending projects. We got a family coming in this weekend. They moved their arrival day up 2 days, so that nice leaves less time for projects. They're like, is that fine? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not,
just in the middle of roofing my house.
Yeah, I was just like doing all my projects on Saturday and Sunday when you're not supposed to be here, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But we got the living room and the hallway painted. We did that. We got all the holes patched up and everything. Not the ceiling. The ceiling is hosed. I mean, that's going to need like just a layer of drywall on top of it to fix it. That's how we're going to do that at some point. But we got all the holes.
You're going to do it like Owen making a theater. You're just going to green glue some like stuff up there. Yeah, just do a whole new layer and it'll be
That's
nice.
What I'm thinking, honestly, because we have like old like 8-inch can lights and like stuff like all kinds of crazy holes in the ceiling. It's just like there's so much work to sit there and like on a ladder and patch this and make this look nicer. Forget that stuff.
Just make it a half-inch lower. You're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, you won't even notice that. So probably gonna do that. But we got everything painted. It's nice. It's a lot better than millennial gray or whatever color it was before. Yeah, it was awful. It's just like a gross gray color. It took like 3 coats. So it's just we boarded the dog for the weekend and we just kept painting because he kept looking at us all sad, like he was just in the den hanging out, like, I want to hang out with you guys. And I'm like, you're gonna 100% touch this painted wall as soon as I let you in here. So we took him away for the weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
He just wanted to play, TJ.
Yeah, he just wanted to touch painted walls.
Probably. Yeah.
That's like as soon as we let the cat inside, he walked on top of the drywall dust. And it's like, well, come on, seriously, like immediately.
You have this whole floor, and that's where you went.
Literally everywhere, just in the corner, literally in the corner of the room. Oh, what's this over here? So working on that, but I'm also working on my smart garden. So we've been slowly getting stuff planted now that the actual cold season's over. We have this thing up in the north, Seth. It's called frost. Frost. Yeah, I mean, it gets like cold at nighttime, and then like stuff, it like partially freezes. There's some frost, frozen water, if you will, Seth, on the grass and the plants and stuff like that. So that's over now. We don't have to worry about that, supposedly. Okay. We'll see how climate change deals with that in a couple of years, I'm sure. But there's no more risk of that. So we have all of our stuff planted. And I've been working on finally, I've had all the irrigation, like the actual physical lines done, but I haven't had some of the beds like actually ran with the irrigation yet because we haven't had any plants in there, right? And so I've been actually installing the valves and installing the water lines and getting them all working. And what's nice is since everything's connected to the controller already, it just works. I plug it in and I turn it on and that's it. So it's been very easy to use and there's been no problems so far. I still don't have any way to monitor my water usage, so I'm worried about like a potential leak or something that I'm not aware of. And there's a couple of things I need to like refine, like I'm using Ratio for my sprinkler controller, and they allow you to do, I think it's like a quick run for 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, but I don't think there's a way to like change that. So if I wanted to let it run for longer or shorter, I don't think there's a way to do that. I have to do that with a Home Assistant automation.
So there isn't the API. I remember that.
No, you could do it on the app.
I feel like there should be a way to do it, but I can't find it anywhere.
Interesting.
Yeah, when you click on zones, you choose like your area, you click on quick run, and then it lets you set the time.
Yeah, see, that's the problem is you have to select it every time, where if I just trigger from Home Assistant, it does it for the default 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, to do it from Home Assistant, there's an action, and you can specify the amount of time in the action.
Okay.
Right, so it's just
does it still have the auto shut off? Because that's the thing I like.
Yes.
Okay.
It basically sends the command that says, "Hey, run this zone for 5 minutes," and then you don't have to send another command to shut it off or anything.
Okay.
It runs it for 5 minutes, tracks it itself, and then turns off.
Well, I'll have to see where that's at, because that's been the annoying thing is like some of my beds don't need 5 minutes of watering or whatever it is. And there hasn't been a way for me to do that. So it's good there's a solution for that at least. And then I found a neat card integration. It's called Home Assistant Plant. This is on GitHub. You can go take a look at it. Basically, it creates this little card entity for your plant. And inside that card entity, you can have your air humidity sensor. You can have a conductivity, illuminance, soil moisture sensor, the percentage, temperature, and a couple other things as well. So,
it gives you a plant card, and you assign what sensors would be near that plant.
Yep. Yeah. So like I have a soil moisture sensor in each garden bed, so I can assign it to that. And then if you click on, we'll include this in the show notes as well. I'll include a picture of like what the card looks like on my side. So I have one for my loofah here. And it tells me all the cool little stats about it. So this has been kind of neat because there hasn't been a good way for me to like showcase this on a dashboard without like getting super custom. And I'm not going to go like deep in YAML and make my own card and whatever else. I've tried to do that before, and I am not that person. So the fact that this exists and allows me to just add these little entities without much effort is pretty nice. Because then I can go here and just see like what the actual soil moisture is in all my plants. It relies on a website called Open Plant Book, and that's pretty cool. They have a bunch of free open source resources about plants on there. So that's actually what they're pulling the information from. They don't have all the plants though, but you can submit to add plants.
It's open, so yeah.
I mean, it's pretty nice.
A closed plant book, yeah.
You just add plant and send it over to them, and we'll see what happens. So I added a couple. Because you can add like a generic device, like or a generic plant. For example, we have Albion strawberries, or a specific type of strawberries that are June bearing, so they'll produce a lot of strawberries in June. They don't have that specific one, and so I sent them some information about it. So we'll see if that gets added at some point.
There you go. Very cool.
Yeah, the only thing I wish it had is like some kind of toggle button, which I might suggest to them, so that way I can turn like my irrigation control or my irrigation zone on for it. Because that would be pretty nice. Like that's really what I'm doing, because on my main Home Assistant dashboard for my garden, like I have basically all my rooms segmented in their own tab, and I have a garden tab, but it's very ugly. There's not a good way to present this kind of information. So this is definitely a cool card. If you have some plants and some soil moisture sensors and other things going on, give this a look. It might be useful for you.
I'm kind of saddened that there's no pawpaw plant in the plant book, open plant book.
Yeah, see, that's messed up. We definitely need a pawpaw plant.
Add that in.
Sending nasty email now.
Yeah, no Paul.
No, it's not there. I searched for it. Request this plant.
Yeah, that's all my projects. So what about you, Gavin?
Well, for those following with the office, betting going on around this topic, I just want to give you an update. The walls have not been fixed.
What a surprise!
So if you bet it would be fixed by now, you're out. There's still hope for some of you, but I'm pretty sure no one bet before 4 to 6 months. They probably said it would be fixed after 6 months. So that's the update. We'll move on from that.
I just assumed Rose would get rid of you before you could fix it.
I have some stretch goals here. Yeah,
it's not that easy to get rid of me, but she did. The mirror I had holding, leaning up against the wall, hiding some of the holes. Hopefully she would forget. Happened to fall over and break this evening right before the show.
So
now we lost that mirror and the holes are very visible again.
No mirror, a bunch of glass mess, and you have holes in your wall.
Should just put a piece of glass right in front of the hole. Problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went to one of these paint nights, so I'm going to take that picture and probably just stick it over the hole.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
The problem is one of the holes is at the ground, so it looks awkward with the paint. Yeah, with the paint over top of it so low.
Nah, nobody will think anything about it.
Yeah, no one will think anything about it. But yeah, we lost the mirror. She's going to have 7 years bad luck. Better not come camping with me.
I'm gonna send her this. I'm gonna be like, Gavin.
Hey, she listens to every episode, I think. Probably just the intro, so that's why I get brave.
Poor woman.
Yeah.
This is Gavin's safe zone here.
Yeah, this is my safe. No one listens to this far in the show.
Somebody the other day told me they listened to the show, and I was like, "Don't. Why are you listening to this right now?" I don't know what I said. I have to listen. Now the problem is I have to listen to the show to see if Seth slipped anything in there I shouldn't have said.
Slip the AI voice in. Yeah, you never know.
I mean, it's probably something I actually did say. You shouldn't release it, though.
Yeah. My boss found out about the podcast the other day and pinged me about it, so he's probably listening now. I have one of the greatest bosses ever. He really takes care of his team.
Oh, man. Is that the guy you were talking smack about when I was up there? You're like, he never gets off your case or anything?
That's an old boss.
No, that's the other boss. This is my
No, it was the one with boss. It was the one with the hair, right?
The hair? No, the different boss. This is my real boss. This is the greatest boss ever. But yeah, hi boss. All right, moving on. I got all my Unify cameras installed this week. I got the P2Z G6 P2Z installed.
Ooh.
That thing is awesome.
It's pretty sweet, isn't
it? When I first looked at it, I didn't like the look of it. I thought it was going to be so big, having out there. But I bought the recessed mounting, so now all you see is just the ball sticking out of my soffit. Yeah, and it spins around and follows people around the property, and it looks. I thought it was going to look awkward with two different cameras because on the other side I don't have a P2Z, but they match pretty well, so it doesn't look bad at all, right? Before I could even configure the zones and stuff like that, so it was up there sitting following everybody as they walked by on the sidewalk as the cars went by. One lady did not like it because she was inspecting the home and obviously saw it tracking her, and she gave it the middle finger. So I was like, all right, I need to adjust these zones. The neighbors are really not going to like that this thing follows them if they're walking by on the sidewalk. But it picks up. It's amazing because it picks up the license plate from images I can't even see the license plate on, but it's picked it up somehow.
Sometimes I wonder if it makes it up. You know what I mean? It's like it's such a terrible image or something. I'm like, this isn't real, is it?
Yeah, but it's really good. And then just how it tracks the people. It'll track the people, zoom in on them, follow them around. If there's more people, it zooms out to get them in the picture. That type of stuff. So it's really cool how it works. So I like it. It's
a fun device. I would say the recording, the camera has a higher resolution than you think. So I mean, you can get down and see those pixels and average them together to make out what the license plate is. But I noticed that Unify or the Protect app, when you're playing back, the quality is pretty garbage. And I saw a little note on there that said download for the high res version. So like you can export a clip and it'll be at a higher res.
Yeah. And you got to take that into consideration as you get these cameras, because they're higher resolutions, means more data storage, and stuff like that. Not just that, I went over like, I have the Dream Machine Pro SE, and they have a certain number of cameras. It's not even based on the number of cameras. I think it's based on like the megapixels or something like that of the cameras. And I ended up going over my limit, right? I had to take out a bunch of other cameras just to be able to add all these extra cameras. So things to take into consideration. So it's working really nice. It's all set up. Thank you, TJ, for running those wires. All these holes were well worth it.
Got it done, TJ. All those holes.
Yeah. And the wife, she actually laughed because I got the cameras all set up, installed before I fixed the walls,
I mean, are you surprised?
I'm not at all.
I'm not surprised at all. I'm not even surprised. I knew what I was going to do first. So
I knew I was capable of.
I knew what I was capable of. Moving on. So I talked about this product before, and I think, Seth, you'll like this because you've always talked about, you have like a calendar board or something like that syncs with your Google Calendars or something to display your family calendar.
I got the skylight, which is what Adam just
that thing's good.
Yeah.
So I've had this picture frame from a company called Frameo, or Framo. I don't know. It's Frameo. And basically I've talked about it before. I really like this product because the app on the phone makes it so easy just to add images. And then the way it moves through the images, it plays videos, all sorts of things. It's really powerful, but they released this week calendar integration. So now you can have it displaying your family calendar as well as slideshows of pictures and stuff all along. And it's a fraction of the price of your skylight, I think.
It's also smaller.
It's smaller, yes, but it's they added this, and I was just like, Seth might like something like this, Yeah. So if you're looking for a solution that displays calendar and then also as a picture frame, digital picture frame, check this product out. I highly recommend it.
Very cool. I've seen these in the wild before, but I've heard good things about this particular one.
They were at CES as well. I was in their booth, but they don't respond to any of my emails. I'm gonna send them another one. I send them one a month, just trying to get like some attention.
The skylight. They've been updating that recently. I noticed they were at Costco too. So like I was walking through, and they've got some of the smaller ones in there. They've done a pretty good job of updating it and adding features in, but it handles, so I see this one has the calendar piece that's on there now, but this one handles like to-do lists and chores and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what we're using it for mostly.
Oh, the skylight one?
Yeah, it's got like
and I'm pretty sure the Frameo will eventually get there.
Yeah. They're going to need a bigger one. But for a photo frame though, this looks like it works really well.
The software, I have to admit, the software is really good. Like it's even integrates with the share sheet on the iOS.
Mm-hmm.
So from my photos,
as it should,
I could just share it and say send it right to the thing, and it uploads it there. So I give it props for its software. Really well done.
Yeah, that's good privacy. It's good privacy move. Here's talks about the privacy they have, but the way the sharing works with that share sheet that I like. If you give an app, I don't know if people know this, but if you give an app to your access to your library, there is so much information that exists with every single photo. Not only the people's faces in there, but like where you took it.
Where it was took it, what date, time, everything. Yeah.
Everywhere you've ever been. Think about that. Yeah. That's a much better way of doing that.
Yeah. So I wanted to give a shout out to that. Based on last week, you gave a movie recommendation for Skinamarink.
Did you watch it?
So I grabbed the movie. I tried, Seth. I got through maybe 5 minutes. I was like, I couldn't. I got through 5 minutes and I just was like, I can't watch. Like, how did you sit through this?
I got about halfway through. I didn't sit through the whole thing.
Oh, okay. I don't feel so bad now. I got like
he told you it was terrible, like over and over again.
I said don't.
I know, but
he was serious when he said don't.
We have a joke by we like to judge how bad a movie is by the number of like studios that are presented at the beginning for the movie.
That's one. Yeah.
So the more studios you see, and then it depends on the names you see. We kind of make a bet as to how bad it's gonna be. It'd be like, oh, this is a B, no B minus, and then we determine how long we'll watch it for and stuff like that. So. Yeah, there seemed to be a lot in there. Or actually, there didn't seem to be enough in there. They needed more.
About 10, 15 more, yeah.
Yeah, 10, 15 more. But stay away from that movie, Skinamarink. I didn't want to talk. It's a waste of my 5 minutes. You owe me 5 minutes.
Wasted my 5 minutes and my download data.
I know. I uploaded it back just to get rid of it.
You clicked return this back to the articles.
Let me throw this back on the internet for somebody else. I don't want it. And then, everybody always asks, what I use AI agents for, because everyone wants, I get a lot of questions about this. They're like, what do you use them for? Because they're looking for ideas to, use them for. So my latest agent, just here's one idea that I just spun up an agent for. I call him Crate. And basically I have a local music collection, and there's for various reasons I have this, but a lot of the tags were messed up. A lot of the album art was missing, the sorting, etc. So I spun up this agent and I told him, listen, you are a music, you manage my music collection. I go, you grab album art from these sources, this is let's discuss, the folder structure and the organization and, what tags to keep and what tags and how I want everything done. And we had that conversation and I said, all right, great. Now go sort my music collection. And it went out and it sorted the whole music collection and fixed all the tags and fixed album art, gave me reports on it and everything. And I was like, this thing did within an hour stuff that used to take me hours to do in the past. I know now we have streaming services and you have music pools that a lot of DJs download it from, but a lot of this stuff was way before that stuff came into play, right? And a lot of this stuff I can't get anywhere because it was sent to me by specific people and stuff like that, right? So I even though it's not finding it online anymore, at least it cleans up the music tags a bit and everything based on educated guess of the file names and stuff. So that's another example of something that I just spun up an agent to manage, and it saves me a lot of time that, I would have had to spend to do it myself, right? And that's how I think of these agents. When I have a task that I want done, I just spin up an agent and I say, you are a master of this. And I go, now go off. This is what I want you to do. Go off and do it. And it goes off and does it for the most part, right? So there's another example.
Are you still using, Mattermost to keep up with these? Or
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have mixed reliability with Mattermost and OpenClaw, yeah. It doesn't work well.
So with OpenClaw, I found it kept dropping the session connections or something to my Mattermost a lot. And I'd have to refresh the page and then it would finally start, you'd see all the messages again, right? Ever since I switched...
That I'm not having a problem with.
I was having a lot of problems with that, right? With Hermes, though, it's been so much better. Much better experience. Also with OpenClaw, I found it liked to respond in threads. One update, it would start responding in threads. Another update, you could turn that off. Responses, it was always a mess. Yeah.
Well, in Hermes too, the Hermes thing, it's I guess it's set up as a profile and not an agent or something like that. Is that right? Because
well, in Mattermost, what I do is I go into Mattermost and I add you go into Mattermost, so you go into integrations and I add a bot account.
Oh, so you're adding a new one every single time?
Yeah. So then I add a bot account, and then that bot account, you get a token with it and everything, and then I give the bot account a name and I give it an image and everything like that, and then I just tell when I spin up the Hermes account and you go through the configuration, you choose Mattermost, and then it will ask for your URL and your token ID and
no.
Who's allowed to talk to it?
I got all that done. That's all. Yeah. That was all done. But if you add your new agent in, which you're talking about, to handle your record collection, your RIP. Okay, what? Are you, because Hermes doesn't have a concept of the agents. It says it's a profile for the same agent or something like that. Is that right? Is that what you're using? Different profiles?
No, I'm not sure what you're asking. I just know on my Unraid, I have every agent in its own Docker.
Oh, so you're just doing a new install for each. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every agent is its own Docker, right? And I like it that way because now I can play with an agent in settings and stuff and not mess up the whole whole system.
See, I just refuse to do the same thing twice. I'm not doing. Well, no, I did it once. I'm not doing it again.
Hermes does support like profiles, but I found it wasn't really good at doing that in the Docker because it needed to do something, and the Docker was restricted, Docker, right? Yeah. So now all I do is I just spin up a new agent. I spin up a new Docker container for that agent, and he has its own workspace and
that makes sense.
Everything else. And
so it is a complete like new. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And they could talk to each other. You can have a shared workspace and stuff like that where they can talk to each other and stuff. But I mean, it's really nice like that too, because I can update them when I want on a different schedule, or like I said, I can try and get Claude working on one and not mess up everything, which is what kept happening on the old setup.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's really cool.
That's what I have running right now. I have like the main Hermes agent running, and then he pretends to be called Henry, I guess, because it says it is. He's like, that's my name, but I'm really Hermes. But he actually said my bad today, which I was like, hey, he's still there. And
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was able to create another profile and make that Erica's the dot one that she interacts with. And I put that one strictly to go to the OpenAI portion that she likes using. So I don't know. I've got to tinker with things. What I haven't had a good experience with either Hermes or OpenClaw was the ability to like add another agent. And so what you're saying is like, you just start from scratch and go all over.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to start from scratch.
Well, no, but it's very simple to do. Like,
you're just duplicating the Docker or something, and
I just add another Docker. I give it its own name and edit the work path, and then I have instructions. It's down to a T. Like I created a list of instructions, but it's only like a couple steps. You run the setup, and it's mostly next. Oh, I get to this key. I enter this key. Next, and then it's like done. And then it messages me in Mattermost, and I just say, hey, your name is this, and this is your job, and there you go. Done. It's initialized. So it's pretty easy. In OpenClaw, it used to be a little nicer because in the Docker, I could have multiple agents. And I used to have my master agent, I'd say, spin up a new agent called this is his job, and this is his workspace.
And
it
actually
did
master
go
agent anymore, Kevin. We say main agent.
Primary agent.
Primary agent.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry if I offended anybody.
You're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, I'm gonna get canceled now. So what I used to call up my Agent Zero.
It's like, I was looking at this hard drive I have here with these jumper settings on here. I can't even read this aloud anymore.
What are you setting the jumper to, Seth?
I don't know. I can't see either one.
Your primary drive or your secondary drive?
Oh, that's good. There we go.
But yeah, that's what I used to do. But OpenClaw was so unstable. So
yeah. Stability is there. Like I told you guys before the show started, I've been just like really, while I can take advantage of the low pricing, free pricing, essentially is slamming on Claude code, I guess.
Yeah.
It is cruising right now. I've got a pretty good system down. Now that I'm relying on this, they'll probably cut this off in a few more weeks. we won't have good prices anymore.
They're making a price change, I think, in a few weeks, and this is why I'm looking at canceling my Claude. I've been using it less and less, trying to weed myself off of it, and using OpenAI a lot more. But I just feel like it's a matter of time before everyone does that, and then OpenAI comes and does the same type of thing. They're like, we got you. Time to raise prices.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, I've got a workflow around it, and all the plugins that they've made have been really nice and easy to integrate in with it. But if they go too crazy off the deep end, it's just a harness. I could move over to something else and use the same markdown files that describe the agents that I'm using and skills and everything.
Yeah,
no big deal. Hey,
changing the model is easy. That's the good part. At least I could throw it on another model, and it still kind of keeps like all its knowledge and all its personality and stuff. Hopefully,
sort of.
Sort of. So we'll see.
Yeah. Check out in the chat there. I put the the tomato meter rating for Skinamarink there for you. And
how did it get like 73%? Is that good?
So critics said
way
73.
better than what it should be.
Yeah, critics said 73, and the Popcornometer is the number of like actual people, fans, who are not critics, I guess, the public rating of it. So even at that, like even usually when you see this, this kind of rating, it usually means like, okay, it's an artsy movie. You may or may not like it. I'm not sure. Yeah. But if you see these reverse, like if you see something that's like 95% popcorns, but 25% critics, and it's really going to be a great movie. Like, but like Project Hail Mary, if you look at it right now, that's 94% critics and 95% popcorn. So something like that is, off the charts. So
really good. Yeah.
Anyway, that's why I was, confused when I'm watching it and getting halfway. Like, it's gonna get better. It does not get better, Gavin. No, that 5 minutes you spent, it's like that the entire movie. So.
It's like it started at a high with the intro ad studios, and then it just went down from there.
It's like I really enjoyed the very opening credits.
Yeah. I enjoyed the opening credits, and then it was downhill from there.
Maybe they shouldn't have filmed it with the Ring doorbell or something.
Oh man, they filmed it like whatever. It wasn't an iPhone. It feels like it was filmed on a BlackBerry. Filmed on a BlackBerry.
Like the Ring pop-up cameras or whatever. Pop those around the house and recorded kids walking around or something.
How did you even find out about this movie?
I don't know. I mean, it was making the rounds because it won a bunch of awards for
worst movie.
I don't know. It won some awards. Like it got good reviews, especially from critics, but like in some of the film festivals. So I was like, we usually try and pick those up, but man, who knew? There's another one I'll find that I'll send you. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'll find it. It's just as bad. And
so why are you going to send it to me?
Well, I mean, it actually has color, not black and white.
You obviously like being tortured, Gavin.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I'll send you one.
You watched that even though he told you many, many times not to watch it.
Yeah,
just 5 minutes of it. I only got through 5 minutes.
This one had somewhat of a plot, and it was actually entertaining to watch. I mean, there was a story there, but it was like at some point I was just like, nope. We're going to make it through this. We're going to power through this and get through it. But it was one of these like this where it had like 95% critics and good review from the fans. But I don't know. Like I'll have to go back and look it up though. I'll have to see what it was. Horror movies in 2026. Like what are you going to do?
Hey, my electrical bill came in, and every month it just came in. Every month my electrical bill comes in, I look at it and I cry a little, but then I remember it's not as bad as what it's like in Europe. I don't know. Maybe I have to. I just offended a bunch of others. I'm getting canceled today. You
thought you had a place to go. Nope, you can't go there now.
No, I can't go there. I don't know. I think I need to power down a server or two. I pay the bill. Wife doesn't see it. Nothing to worry about here.
Maybe a few less Dockers to run.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this week. We do want to thank everyone for listening to the show. But we want to send a very special thanks out to those who are able to financially support the show through our Patreon page. If you don't know about the Patreon page, head on over to HomeTech.fm/support to learn how you can become a patron for as little as $8 a month. Any pledge gets you a big shout out here on the show, but every single pledge gets you an invite over to our private Slack chat, The Hub, where you and other patrons of the show can get in there and discuss all sorts of the Microsoft releases. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of Microsoft fans, it appears, inside of our chat. Gavin's shaking his head like,
I'm a Microsoft fan. I'm like, I like it for certain things, and I like Apple for other things. I use Google to search, and that's it.
We still have our $20 a month tier as well, where you get a picture of Gavin falling into the pool.
You get the video.
I'll just send you legit Google photos with the link to the video. We want to go to CES again this year, so you have to donate to us.
Start early. Look in the hub there. What Jason's up to? He's got a big giant. Looks like he's starting a rack. Yeah.
He's posting pictures of his new rack.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get when you join the Slack channel. You get to see pictures of people's racks.
Get more projects in here. Wow, that's a big rack too. Well, we got all sorts of fun stuff in here, and we also have the exclusive. Not really exclusive. We have the AI channel where AI news ends up in I don't even have that turned on for notifications. I just look over sometimes and there's a post in there, but it's there. But the hub is where you want to be. So
yeah,
the AI channel will probably go away when the bubble bursts.
Yeah.
It's pretty slow now. All right. Anyway, if you want to support the show but can't financially totally understand, we just appreciate a 5-star review or positive rating in the podcast app of your choice. That's going to wrap up this week in Home Tech. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Till next time.
Take care.